In Hezbollah leader's speech are signs of a group-driven, deeper underground. The People Watcher televised the speech by the leader of the Hezbollah movement, Hassan Nasrallah, inside the house in the southern Lebanese village of Jawatar on September 19. Beirut to CNN, Hezbollah is on the back foot. The first sign of that was the absence of the public gathering, typically consisting of high-level party officials and supporters, to watch the militant group's leader Hassan Nasrallah deliver a televised speech on Thursday. The second sign was that Nasrallah's address, his first since two waves of attacks detonated thousands of Hezbollah wireless drivers earlier this week, was very possibly pre-recorded. The leader of the powerful militant group has not delivered the speech in person since the start of Lebanon's last all-out war with Israel in 2006, but he will often make a point of proving that his broadcasts are being carried by the live transmission. In his speech last month, for example, Nasrallah references to sonic bombs caused by Israeli jet that had broken the second barrier over Beirut. These happened in the seconds leading up to the start of his address. Thursday's speech was billed as the live transmission, but audiences were given reason to doubt around 20 minutes in when Israel dropped the flares over the Lebanese capital and sent windows shaking with a fresh wave of sonic bombs. The roar reverberated throughout the city, yet the Beirut-based militant leader neither flinched nor references the instance during his speech. Israel's fighter jet seems the intent to underscore the gains of Tuesday and Wednesday's attacks on Hezbollah's wireless devices. The group had been driven deeper underground. Without a doubt, we have suffered a major blow, said Nasrallah in his speech on Thursday. It is unprecedented in the history of the resistance in Lebanon, at least unprecedented in the history of Lebanon, and it may be unprecedented in the history of the conflict with the Israeli enemy across the entire region. The thousands of small explosions swept through the pockets and the homes of Hezbollah members this week, targeting pagers on Tuesday, and then walkie-talkies on Wednesday. In all, the blast killed at least 37, including some children, and injured nearly 3,000. The attack, dystopian in its style and scale, blindsided the group that had opted for analog technologies after foregoing cell phones to avoid Israeli infiltration. Nasrallah vowed a reckoning but was scant on the details. The attack will be met with a reckoning and fair punishment in ways that they expect and don't expect, he said. But he continued with the unmistakably subdued tone. However, because this battle was carried out by invisible faces, we must allow me to change my style, he said. The reckoning will come, each nature, scoop, when and where. That's something we will definitely keep to ourselves, he added. Within the tightest circle, even within ourselves, because we're in the most precise, sensitive, and deeply significant part of the battle. The people gathered outside the American University of Beirut Medical Center as more than 1,000 people were wounded when the pagers they used to communicate exploded in Beirut, Lebanon on September 17. Nasrallah tried to buoy the sober speech by extolling what he is described as strategic gains of nearly a year of confrontations with the Israeli forces on the Lebanon-Israel border. He also vowed to continue striking Israeli positions until Israel's offensive in Gaza ends. We've been saying this for 11 months. We might be repeating ourselves, but this statement comes after these two major blows. After all, these militaries wounds and pain, said Nasrallah. I say clearly, no matter the sacrifices, consequences, or future possibilities, the resistance in Lebanon will not stop supporting Gaza. Responding to Israeli threat of creating a security buffer zone in Lebanon's southern border area, Nasrallah struck on defiant tone, welcoming Israeli troops into the territory, while he said the Hezbollah militant would swiftly seize the opportunity to attack them. Meanwhile, in Lebanon, people are continuing to reel from the attacks that overwhelmed the hospitals with wounded people, mostly with deep flesh wounded to the eyes and face. Hezbollah will likely recede further into the shadows and regroup about their method. During the 2006 war, the militant groups are Manar television was on air for the duration of the 34-day conflict, despite the Israeli heavy-handed bombing campaign. Live broadcasts have been long hailed by Hezbollah as a symbol of defiance against the long arm of Israeli spyware, and their ability to keep broadcasting against odds has been a point of pride for the group, lending it a mythical quality among its Lebanese constituent and even some of its detractors. But this week's attacks on wireless devices punctured that aura. Hezbollah, which literally translates into party of God, has been rattled, forces to contend with the new reality that it is more exposed than it has ever believed itself to be. Clashes at Lebanon-Israel border. Fighting continues on Lebanon's southern border with Israel, where Hezbollah, a Lebanese armed group backed by Iran, has its main area of operations. Israel has ordered the evacuation of communities along the Lebanese border. Since the start of the Hamas-Israel war on October 7th, Israel's flare-up with Hezbollah has intensified in this border region.